All right. So, although I am actually trying to cut back on the relationship bullshit, but I can never let really bad arguments go. Um, so this is Faith's channel. I mentioned her before. I don't think I've ever actually did a response to the video. This one here is 2.5 hours long, so I'm not going to do an entire response. I just picked a point, like somewhere around where I heard it one morning. I was at work, so this sounds like the area. So I might do 10 to 15 minutes of it, but definitely not. It's nearly the whole video. So again, starting at a random point, so might take a little bit to get into the parts where I want to jump in.
What Kevin Samuels has to say. Like for me personally, like you can talk to me about the Middle East, you can talk to me about current events, you can talk to me about.
Okay, real quick, she was some describing some chick type woman over someplace not America or something, and I think she's trying to justify the I guess you would call it simping or something like that. Where because she mentioned right before I started recording, she said it's not looked at as tricking or something like that because these women are so high that you have to pay to be around them. That sound like some pimp type shit, so I don't really know the correlation. But again, I did uh I did see it, like, again, I did jump in kind of late, so maybe she was talking about something else, but it sounds like it's super irrelevant.
X, Y, and Z, how many ever
Oh yeah, as you see it, the title is "Do Women Financially Abuse Men?" Oops, that's what they're talking about.
languages or cultures or different places I've been. Like, I'm also a cultured person. And so there's not really a dull moment. And on top of that, I have a sound heart. So I'm loving, I'm sensitive, I cry easy, I seek forgiveness, yada, yada, yada. Like, it's not just, does she have a 38 double F bra? It's a bit more than that. It's about your kindness and how you carry yourself, your personality, your compassion. All these things are very feminine. How well are you able to nurture him, or you get out of my face, you know?
Okay, so basically, and I get what you're saying. It ain't tricking if you get it. It's basically what Uppity is saying. Topaz, what is your outlook on this same scenario?
I really get annoyed with that phrase. It ain't tricking if you got it. What the fuck does that have to do with the question of when you're talking about finances, and which they're talking about men paying for shit? There's a difference between you just living a certain lifestyle and then whoever's around you lives it as well. Specifically a woman that you're with or that you're entertaining, and literally tricking. Stop using this term to trick. I hate the excuses people do. Like I tell women with the whole shit, you have the ability to do what you want. So why make up excuses to do it? If you want to trick, because that's how you get women, fucking do it. Stop using this whack ass phrase, it ain't tricking if you got. There's a difference between that and simply living a rich lifestyle. There's a difference.
Here, do you believe that if the man is not the boyfriend, should he be paying the bills? Should he pay it sometimes? I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, okay.
It really, really depends on the guy. But honestly, personally, this is a personal thing. I don't know why this keeps end up being this drastic, this massive conversation. It depends on the dude. If he wants to pay your bills when you're not living together, then he will do that. If he doesn't want to, then he won't. Why this has to be well, he does it for them, this kind of man, and this guilt shaming bull? Like, stop. Ladies, if you can't find a man to pay your bills, get over it. That's just what you have. Those are your options.
So personally, I would not even accept money from somebody that I don't admire their personality, their life experiences, their choices, tendencies, their personality traits. I would not want to accept money from a man that I don't have a positive view of those aspects of him, because I don't want to be tied to him in any form or fashion. I want to be able to go when I want to go. If I don't like him, I don't want to be around him. And money means that, man, we already know, like, should it mean that he's purchased you? Well, it depends. But we already know that men believe that if they spend money, that they own a piece of you. So since we already know that, I'm not going to work to try to change what is. I'm not going to accept money from somebody I don't already like and appreciate. So that.
Notice what she's saying. She's saying she won't accept money from him if she doesn't like him. But the question I would have then is, why is he around you? Why are you around him? If you don't like this individual, if you're not fucking with this dude like that, why is he even in your area, your vicinity, to offer it to you? Why are you associated with him? Because obviously this is not a work situation. This is not a friend of friends. You're talking about dealing with a guy, at least potentially intimately. So again, this is you're hedging your bet, or however, whatever the word is. You're hedging your bet, which is, I ain't gonna take no money from him, but like, I mean, you're around. What are you using him for? There's something there that you're using him for. And again, if this is that smart, that oh, he's there just to fuck situation, again, you're picking these types of situations and then going, why don't men do this? So you can't rebuttal with that, because they can get what they want. That whole own a piece of you. He can own it. Apparently, if you use that rebuttal, he can own it without paying. So you will answer your own question.
That's my view on it. So whether or not my question, the thing about the scenario though is, if I feel this way about him and he feels this way about me, what is the distance for? Why are we not in the same roof so that paying my bills is paying his bills? Why does he not view me as, if I look good, I'm a reflection of him, his choices and his abilities, and then I am living up to that, to that criteria? Why are we separate like this? Why are we in two different households where he's paying two different bills? Me personally, I would not view that as a positive choice of how to spend money. So I would not want to be with this man who would.
Now, doesn't it sound like what I just said, at least a little bit? She's wondering why she's not in the house with him or something where he would be paying the bills anyway. So obviously you've reached the stage in which you're using him for something, but you don't want to accept money. You're playing the good part. I don't do this. Sounds like a lie to me. I can't really speak to exactly where she's coming from, but it's the way she's wording this is very contradictory.
Choose something like that. It's a form of distance. For me, it's something that he's holding back from me, so I'm going to hold back. So in turn, he's not going to get any of those things that he thinks he's paying for.
Whoa.
But he can get the facade, the shell of me giving those things if I don't get bored. And
did she not just triple talk? Did she not just fucking triple talk? Intro. I don't accept money from guys I ain't feeling. Right in the middle. Why are we living together? Here at the end, oh, you can get the bullshit part of me. Again, so and then she said that he thinks he's paying for it. Again, you don't accept money. So what payment is there? That was a whole ramble on of bullshit.
So it's like, why even go down that path? Is my view. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Basically, you're saying that the money ain't gonna do it for you.
And again, why does Faith keep highlighting this chick's comments? She's trolling. She's not trolling Faith, but she's trolling. She's just being an ass. She's not really bringing anything to the conversation. Why do you keep highlighting KK's comments? Is this a reflection on the way that this panel in general thinks, or the way she herself thinks? Because she clearly, if you pay attention to her comments, she's not really bringing anything to the conversation, but she's highlighting these comments as if they're of substance.
No, I gotta like who you are first, and then if I find out that you got money, that's just a bonus because money can't make me stay with you if I don't like you. If you're a gross person to me, there's not enough money in the world that you could pay me to stay with you. Especially now that we are capable of having a career and making our own money. I view that as a way out. I don't view it as like my necessity, my identity. If I don't want, like if there's not a man around me that I find something less than gross, I can make my own money. Y'all stay out my face. Leave me alone.
Okay. Cool, gent. You've been down here, kind of quiet here, but I see you talking in the chat. What do you have to say in response to Uppity Unicorn?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I was saying, did you have anything to say in response to Uppity Unicorn? Uppity Unicorn says it's not tricking if you got it. If the man got it, he definitely needs to be spending it.
Well, like what I said, if I'm not married to you, then I wouldn't, pay all your bills stuff because I have my own bills to pay myself. But like I said, if we're married, then yes, it's gonna be our bills, my bills, because I'm taking care of you as a.
Oh, the whole marriage thing. Whatever money comes into the house is supposed to be the union's money. That's it. Period. It's supposed to be the money for the people in the house when you're married. Regardless if you both work, if one of you work, that's how it's supposed to be. This is why people, when I'm over on Riley's channel and they be making these comments about 50-50, this is why. This is why they say younger dudes is not falling for the bullshit when the older guys try to go, oh man, y'all need to just go on and pay. No. Because like I said in several videos, when they making their bread and they know they got money, like 80 grand, 100 something, then they got money, they will be very quick. And I've shown you the Twitter feeds and everything. Women with money do not join bank accounts. They don't. Unless they know yours is substantially more and they know they can take from it if that situation comes. So why the hell do you keep playing the game of, oh, well, shit, as a man, stop. Stop it. Stop. Stop falling for this shit just to go, as a man, please stop. Stop.
Man, which makes me the provider, protector as a man.
Okay, but what if you got it like that, though?
I mean, I'm going to say this, to each his own. If that's what they want to do, then that's on them. I can't really speak for the next man. So.
No, I'm talking about you. Like, if you're a guy and you're making 6 figures, you got the money, so why not spend it?
Because you don't want to. That's like, you got a pussy, why not use it? See how stupid this sounds? You got 2 hands, why not wash these fucking dishes on date 1? You see how stupid this sounds? You got 2 hands, why not take these clothes with them 2 feet to the bed? This, you got it, why not? It's an asinine question. It is so dumb. But yet, again, it's going to work because my ego.
Yeah, I could, but that's not how I get down. I mean, that's just me. So I'm a little bit different than other guys.
So you don't see it as a form of you showing the woman that you can take care of her, or, just because, I mean, how do you show the woman that you can provide for her if you don't want to?
Look, and they went on for a few minutes about, oh, you gotta, and I'll play it, but the whole, oh, it shows you're a provider if you pay for a date. It shows, ladies, let's stop it here. Let's stop it. Fellas, for all of you who's believing in that bullshit, let's settle it here right now. You want to know the quickest, easiest way to show if a dude can provide for you? Here's what we're gonna do it for generally, and then add an extra for you, right? Generally, you can know if a man can provide by looking at his past, let's say year or 2 years, work history. Does he always work? Does he work steadily? Or does he have passive income? Does he have like different shit like that? But for the most part, dude's gonna be working 9 to 5. So does he hold on to a 9 to 5 for a year, 2 year periods of time? Or does he work a bunch of temp services and take a month off temp service, take 2 months off. Look at that. Then look at what he does for a living. Does he have a career, or is he a lifetime take his boots to somewhere and they just send him, again, temp service? And then look at his average salary the past couple, 2-3 years. Look at what it takes to mend a house. And then that's how you know if he can provide. Literally, a date does not show you that. It doesn't. It fucking doesn't. It does not show if he can budget. It does not show that if shit hits the fan, he's willing to go wherever he gotta go, do whatever he gotta do to pay the bills. Because shit does happen. Whether he has a career or not. This idea of dating being reflective of is horseshit. It's just a way to do another fucking spin on something. And again, we fucking fall for it. My God, stop. Please stop falling for this. And again, the specific, if he can provide for you, what do you need and what can you obtain? That's another thing, ladies. What do you need and what can you obtain? Meaning the quality of man of what type of life he can provide for you is what I mean. Do you require a certain amount of dollars per month for luxury, like nails, hair, vacationing, all that type of shit, right? Shoes, clothes. You put that, can his income pay for this? And can you yourself really get any guy to pay for the bullshit you want? That's how you know if a guy can provide, and more specifically, if he can provide for you. You can get right to the nitty-gritty on date one. And if he doesn't want to show you, because again, just like y'all say, you don't even know what I'm doing with who on date one, you don't even know his income on date one. But it's a way to get the nonsense out of the way, isn't it? Right? That's the quickest way to figure out if a dude can provide.
You know, spend money.
Of course, she's gonna know that. Okay, I got money still, but okay, I can provide, I can protect. I got the money. I'm taking care of myself. I can start a family, but she got to do her part as a woman too. You know, is she feminine? You know, things like that. So, is she wife material? That's what I look at too. So,
all right, Chef Disaster, what do you have to say about it? Chef Disaster, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I said, I think that the man should pay the bills if it's his girlfriend. If he claiming her as his woman and she knows that he's claiming her, and that's the situation, even though they're not married and not living together, if she needs some of them bills paid, then pay it. But like,
again, like me and Dude said, it's each his own. If that's you, that's you. Can't nobody fuck with what you doing. But if you listen to what he just said, he said the man. He's speaking generally. He said, men, if you saying that's your girl, then you need to go pay her bills. Here's the problem with this, right? Let's accept what he says is true. Let's grant him that. That the rule is, once you make that your girl, her bills are your bill. Rent, everything. I mean, rent, nails, hair, all of it. Let's put all of it on the table. How much of that are you controlling? Are you putting her on a schedule for that hair and nails? Are you putting her on a budget for them clothes? Are you telling her, excuse me, are you telling her which cable package, internet package she can have? Are you telling her that she got to go to that Metro by T-Mobile, Cricket? Or does she get to demand shit? This is the problem. We'll say that, men, you have to do this. And then, she gets to freelance and just run it up. Do you understand? This is the problem. We're so used to, in today, telling men, you have responsibility, but no authority over which you have responsibility. That is the most moronic shit I've ever heard. But again, each his own, but he's speaking generally. That's the problem here.
For the other part of it, like if and this is real talk. If we go out on a date, right? So I like going to basketball games, and I call you and we dating, and I'm like, yo, let's go to the basketball game. I know myself, I'm about to drop like $500 to $600 to $700 just on this night buying jerseys, food, train tickets. I'm about to spend that amount, and I'm not gonna be mad about it. It ain't even gonna hurt. She's gonna see that. She's gonna be like, "Oh, this dude got money." You know what I'm saying?
Wrong. How she might say that, but how stupid is that? Dude, when I was making $12 an hour, if you do the math, that's like 25 grand a year, some shit like that. But when I was making that, if I went to a game, I did the same dumbass shit. Did that mean I had money then? Did that mean I have money? No, because I was a single man with no kids. So what the fuck was it to spend $500? If I go broke, whose ass is on the line? Me. That doesn't mean this is exactly what I'm saying. All this bullshit they feed to y'all is just to feed y'all ego to make y'all fucking stupider than what you are. Yeah, I got money. Watch how I spend. Nah, I don't know his pockets. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm not speaking to his pockets. I'm speaking to the idea of blowing money means you have money. No, the majority of society is dumb. They're financially illiterate. That's why we have the debt that we have. So what he said was wrong. Don't call it stupid anymore. It was wrong. Moving on.
Because I'm gonna be doing stuff like that, you know, when we go out on dates, and that's not to impress her. That's just how I'm living. So she's gonna know what type of man I am. She's gonna know that
you won't feel like she's trying to take advantage of you at all.
No.
Okay. And I agree with you, by the way, Chef Disaster.
Of course you do. He just told you what you want to hear. Of course you agree with him. Fellas, imagine a chick coming to a panel that's dominated by men saying, I think the woman should be putting out on the first date, getting down on her knees and cooking food and washing, the dishes. No, I think that should happen on the first date to show what kind of woman you can be. What dude is really gonna be like, I don't know about that. That sounds like a little too much. What the fuck? Oh my God. Damn it.
Because I do think that a man does have to show a certain level of interest through his wallet. Because other than that, I mean, how am I ever going to know that you're that provider and that protector and that guy that can be a financial leader in my home if you don't exhibit it early on while we're dating? Because
and her being a truck driver reminds me of this clip. I don't have it. It's the guy that makes that whose channel it's on. He makes so many videos. I would have to dig through it, and I'm just not. But here's what he was doing. He was interviewing. He was a truck driver, and the lady who was interviewing was a truck driver as well. And they were shooting the shit, and they got to the type of man she's willing to date, right? And they're talking about truck drivers. Now, she was a lease operator at the time. If you don't know what a lease operator is, it's when the company you work for allows you to operate their truck as if you own it, but you have to make the payments, but the truck will never be yours. Is what a lease operator is. It's supposed to make you more money, but I don't know, never got into it. Anyway, so because that's her, a almost owner operator, she said she cannot date a company driver. Why? Because it's a step below her, right? And this is how moronic the way of this thinking is. This is how moronic it is. Because if you know truck driving, you know that just because you're an owner op, don't mean you make more money than somebody who's company. Because it really depends on what you get and how much driving you're doing. So the idea of no, I can't date a company driver because he's simply just a step below you. This is the logic. You guys take the cues from the shit they say about you, about your manhood, and you really just agree with it and you go along with it. Dude, if you find yourself agreeing with the mass in terms of dating, in terms of mating, all this shit, if you find yourself agreeing with the majority of women, you're wrong. Because they're not basing it on logic, they're basing it solely on desire. That's it. That's it. But if you're willing to be the good boy that play along, fine by me.
Like BMT, I wish he was up here. And Mr. Cool Gent, you guys are sitting here saying that you don't feel that you have to do that. But at the same time, I do think that you do have to do that initially, especially if this is the woman that you want to be with. Because like I said, the same way that you would have to look at a woman and I was
the woman you want to be with, dude. Bro, do y'all realize that we start at this now, in this day and age, we start becoming a thing at age 40. Who the fuck, you're just here right now. Have we not all come to understand that we're all just temporary? So what the fuck do you mean you're the woman that I want to be with? Yeah, I guess for the next 6 months. I'm gonna do all this work for 6 months. What the fuck? You're 40 now. I'm not her, but just generally speaking, we old. What the fuck are you talking about? What courting is going on here? What am I about to show you at 40 that you haven't seen? If I can show you some shit at 40 you haven't seen, and again, am I really working this hard for you? It's just stupid.
Observe her movement while you're dating her to see whether or not she would be a good mate to you, or exhibit all the things that you would need in a wife. These are some of the things that.
Like what? Like what? When we ask y'all, what do y'all need to exhibit while dating? The most common word you're going to hear is, oh, be supportive. Of what? Me paying the bill? I'm supportive of that too. Come pay my heating bill in the winter. I will applaud the shit out of you. Know how easy this is? How the fuck do you show that on the date as an important thing? But I think I'm about to get off of here. I'm going to let it grow for another probably minute to see where it goes.
Women are looking for in a husband. We need to know if you're going to be able to take care of us. If we get pregnant and we...
Again, you're old. You're old. We're not getting married at 20 anymore. We're getting married after everybody's have had all their fun. We're literally getting together when we're just tired. We're getting together at this point when we're just tired. No. I'm not, and I heard her say something on another show about, let me throw this in there. I always catch her because she must have a morning run or some shit that she just starts, I guess, whatever. But I heard her for 30 seconds before on a morning run, and she uttered the, damn it, where the fuck was I? Lost my train of thought. Oh, God. I had a good point, too. Damn it.
And it's time for us to, take time off work to have your baby. We need to know whether or not you're going to be able to step in and foot all the bills.
What do you mean take time off work? Listen, if either you're going to stop working or you're not. If you're going back to work, how fucking long do you plan on being off work? Do you know what we do at this point? You know what we do? Oh, because this I know this is going to get scoffed at or whatever, but here's what you do. If you know you want to have a baby and then take time off, right? You save. The moment you make that decision, you save. You got 2 people working now, right? So you save whatever everything you can, put it aside, because you're doing this to have a baby. So not taking on luxuries, not having luxuries to bring new life in this world shouldn't be a problem, right? Shouldn't be a problem, right? Okay, Thank you for playing along. So you save all the money. Go ahead, go to work. Work them 40, 50, 60 hours. I'm going to do the same. Put that money aside. All right, now we have enough. Now we continue to do that until you actually do leave work. So which means we have a surplus and then some. Now you're home. And we have that there just in case we need it. Just in case. We ain't gotta touch it. We can live off bare minimum of whatever I got. And then when need be, we go ahead and touch that. And by time, if it even happens, but by the time that gets depleted, you'll be ready to go back to work. How does that sound? How does that sound? Now I remember what she said before. And this is what really, really bugs me about this idea. She said, when you meet a guy who makes six figures that can sit you down where you ain't got to do nothing, what the fuck do you mean not do nothing? What do you mean? What is doing nothing when you're married to a guy that's making 6+ figures? What is doing nothing? If he sat you down, right? Which, let's think about that idea. Think about that idea. The idea of being married to somebody who got money like that is, I'm just going to sit on my ass and do nothing. How productive are you even attempting not to be? How productive are you attempting not to be? Seriously. If you have the ability to be a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home wife, you ought to be kicking home's ass, not sitting down doing nothing. And that, if you listen to their wording about what a stay-at-home wife is, a lot of them will describe that. The most they'll say is like, yeah, cook, and like, I do like the lunch, but you should do the dishes sometime. And you just go along with this.
You know, so it's very important, in my opinion. I don't think that it's financial abuse at all, you know, to expect a man to pay for these dates and to pay a certain amount for these dates.
There you go. What did I say earlier? If you're in charge of paying her bills at her home, are you in charge of controlling what happens at her home? No. You're paying, and she gets to tell you what to pay. This is their same idea with child support. This is their same idea with alimony. And y'all just keep subscribing to the shit like that. I forget what the fuck his name is. If y'all know this guy, tell this dude to reach out so we can do a one-on-one. Because I want to know exactly how he feels about this. Because I'm not gonna do this whole thing. I want details from this guy, exactly what he thinks about this. Because it sounds like he describes to this, and this is just asinine ideology, straight up.
That's a good point, because he's gonna have to be able to take care of things. You know, why if I am capable of paying my bills before you meet me?
Fellas, ladies, how does this sound? A man shouldn't even have to think about touching a dish. A man who works hard, a hard-working man, should not even have to think about cooking a meal. He shouldn't even have to think about doing the laundry. He shouldn't have to come home and see a sock nowhere. A napkin sitting on a dirty plate nowhere. This is literally y'all. A woman shouldn't have to think about paying anything. How do the two interchange? Or is it now acceptable the way I said it for men? Is that acceptable? Or is the rebuttal, yeah, but see, y'all don't want to y'all ain't gonna do the work it takes to get that. That's only for the 6-figure men, right? Cool. And not paying anything is only for the drop dead gorgeous women.
Why am I going to listen to a guy that can't pay his bills and that can't take on like what needs to be done if we combine households?
Thank you. See, when I was listening to Obscene and Bernard go back and forth before I changed the channel. Like when they bring up this, it really bugs the shit out of me. But the older guys, typically on Bernard's channel, tend to say, well, if you pay all of it, something, you won't have this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then Obsidian specifically says, he was saying on this one particular day, saying that I'm a high performer, something, I don't have those problems. And guys who complain, blah, blah, blah. Like, listen to what she just said. She tried ever so softly to say, if you can't pay your bills and mine, why the fuck would I listen to you? Which really she was saying was, look, if I can't have easy street, why the fuck can't I have attitude? Life ain't easy. Anytime life is a tad bit uneasy for me, I'm a straight up bitch. And who can't agree with that, right?
Like, why would I listen? I only follow men. I only submit to men that I feel like can handle the responsibility. So why would I be listening to? Why would I put myself underneath a man that has not shown that he can handle that? Now, my thing is, you start off slow. He's not just gonna show up and on the first date start paying your rent and y'all live in two different households. You know, I want people to know that we're being realistic up here. So no one is saying that women need to settle for broke men, because that is a man that has not mastered, day-to-day living. If you're still broke, you're doing something wrong.
It's true. I agree
That's
with
a
that.
fact, Topaz.
Totally agree with that.
Yeah. I mean,
Define broke. Define broke. Because there's a difference between being broke and non-luxury. Or are those two the same? I guess that depends on the person. Because broke, athletes who make millions of dollars can be broke because they spend outside of their means. So again, what do you personally define as broke? Will be, and this is why I don't understand why that's never brought up. Why the dollar amount is never brought up. That would really tell us if you're being realistic or not.
if I'm gonna tell you like this, when I first started dating again, I knew I went at it the wrong way, because I got my place, got my car, secured a job, but I didn't have bank money. I was still on the process of going, into that route. Then I just went into the dating scene. And when I started dating women, because that's who I'm trying to court, women, I felt like I was at.
Why the fuck was that so awkward? When I started date women, because that's who why the fuck was... It's a little suspect.
My lead, because like I wasn't prepared for the show dominance through that way. Like, I'm like, dang, I got to worry about this gas money. What type of where can I go? That's not going to be more than 200. You know what I'm saying? I was cutting myself short. So for me, I know, like, you should just be right as a man to make that type of move. I mean, we're not talking about, hoping to get laid that night. We're talking about, possibly finding the one. You know what I'm saying?
He said nothing that makes sense. He literally said nothing that made sense. First of all, he said, when I started dating, I would choose place hoping it wouldn't be like 200 and right. He said 200 because, again, as I showed you over a year ago, women are tripping about dates that don't cost 200. So he pulled that number because it's a familiar number for them. Then he went, actually, before I even get to that, nigga, that's called budgeting. You don't have a right as a human being, not just as a man, but as a human being, to tell somebody else that you're treating that, yo, I have a budget. Wouldn't that be an example of providing? Yo, this is the entertainment budget for the month. Budgeting is wrong. Budgeting is wrong. Okay. Then he went on this, what the fuck did you ain't trying to get laid? That's just, where did that even come from? Literally just picking things that sound good to them, right? Literally just picking things that sound good to them, right? Right, as a man, you should just do that. Do what? Do what? Not have a budget? I don't understand. Are people even trying to understand it? Or do people just like talking shit on the internet? I'm convinced that that's what this is. I really believe at this point I'm the only person who really tries to make sense of anything, because we have been talking about this for how long, and people still say the same shit. The same shit. We got dudes still trying to use the same talking points that they get from women. Really? And before I go, let's just look at the comment she highlighted, right? Many women settle for men that can't provide. Look, I'm going to use that to segue into the video that I was going to make, after this, but let's just tie them together right here. I was on Facebook a few days ago, and this one chick who always posts this women empowerment stuff, she talked about, I forget exactly what she said specifically, but she ended up responding to my comment about women not knowing when women find their value. Ladies, your value is useless trash. Your true value is even more useless or trash. Here's what your value really is. And I'm not trying to bring anybody down or break anybody down or tear anybody down. What I'm trying to do is let you know that you're likely already on the ground level, and that's where you belong. The reason you keep dealing with trash man after trash man after trash man, getting a specific type of beneath you treatment or terrible treatment or less than and all this stuff, is because that's you. That's you. I don't understand how this is not okay to tell people. You're a low tier person. Can I really get out here and complain about the women that I have access to and you tell me find my true value? No, your value is what it is. You want to improve, try to improve it, fine. But according to the numbers, you won't. And you can't. So get over it. Imagine this. Imagine you at the salon, right? Let's say hypothetically you go every week, right? And there's always a chick or two in there that's complaining about the selection of yak they got on the wall. This ain't, or Remy, whatever the fuck, right? This hair ain't shit. Why I always gotta pick between this hair? I always gotta get this kind of hair and then this kind of hair and try to mix them together, get some good kind of hair and da. Every fucking week. And you tell them like, yo, look, that expensive ass hair you want, it's across town. You can go get it. That's why I gotta drive across town. Why can't nobody just bring it here and sell it for the same price? You gonna at some point say, bitch, shut up. Either you go get that hair or you shut the fuck up and use the hair you got. It's the same shit. That's your value. What you've been getting is your value. But he's supposed to just keep selling? No. You don't have to settle for anything. Well, technically. Because you do have your choices. Either you do settle for a man you consider less than when really he's right on your level. Or you can settle for being by yourself. That's also another choice. And let me translate real quick what finding your true value really means. All that really means is find some doofus who's really going to believe what the value you claim to be and he overpays. Which is really a dude you don't even like anyway. So I guess you both really do win. I guess that's your third option. Be right, not delusional, I guess. I'm out.